All right, boys and girls, that time of year. We're starting to get not warm. It's January, not getting much warm. It was nice today. It was like 65. Been in the teens. Been in the sub-zeros. It's been absolutely brutally cold this year. But 4,600 feet, not a lot of snow here. They don't salt the roads. We're virtually rust-free. I say that in the beginning because this one does have a little bit of issues on it. It's a nice tub. I don't want to take away from what it is, but I don't want to oversell it either. We have some really clean tubs. I've been doing this for 21 years, and I've been selling tubs and frames almost that entire time. So I have a good eye for it. I try not to buy anything that has any kind of rust on it whatsoever, but there's always that occasion, and it's something to watch for when you buy Jeeps too. You're not going to be able to see everything. The areas that are typically rusty are pretty well known, and you can see when they're blown out. But the torque pockets on these things are hard to see because there's bushings that go up in them. And there's 2 torque pockets on this Jeep that are starting to give way. There's a couple dings on it as well. It comes with the roll bar. Sometimes we include those, sometimes we don't. I have other parts if you need them: windshield frames, tailgates, doors, tops, frames. I don't have a lot of TJ frames right now. Matter of fact, I think I'm down to my maybe 1 frame left on those guys. This is an 2002 tub. It's a green. I can give you the paint code on it. Paint code is going to be P. Paul George Red, PGR, okay? Not that matters to everyone, but to the guy who doesn't want to do a lot of cleanup work. 02 is an intermediate year. It's the transition from the 97 to 01 tubs to the 03 to 06 tubs. I always say I'm not going to go through that, and I go through it a little bit. Essentially, you have a 03 to 06 style firewall, which really is exactly the same as all of them, except for that guy over there. So check out our YouTube channel, and you can see a comparison video that I have up from, I don't know, a couple years back, I think. I do them, I update them every once in a while, but and then it's got the traditional 97 to 02 style rear seat in it. So that's it. Everything else is going to be the same on them. There's a couple, the way that they reinforce the pockets, that L shape out in the later years. The early ones don't have that. But honestly, this tub will bolt down and work as any 9706 will. Okay, I'm gonna go through it, show you it. I want you to see it as if you were standing here next to me. Okay, so with that said, let's talk about the inside real quick and just see how clean. I just washed it, so a little bit of water I couldn't get out of there. But floorboards are solid. There's nothing on these things. They got maybe a little oxidation where the carpets come up. Nothing rough, nothing layered up, nothing coming off there. Firewall, the tunnel, everything really clean there. Same on that side there. The corners are good. The roll bar feet are good, okay, and all that. Now, if you want us to pull the roll bar, you don't want a roll bar or you want to see it out, you can buy this tub, put a deposit down on it. I'll pull the roll bar for you, and I'll still include the roll bar. And the only reason I say that is because it often is an area that will hide rust, so it's something you should be aware of. I don't think on this one there'll be any issues, but this one wouldn't be a bad one to do it on because of that 1 torque pocket or 2, I don't know, I'll show you here in a second, that's starting to give way. It's not fully gone yet, and that's part of the reason I'm even listing this tub. If it had been completely thrashed, the bolts broke off, this tub would be getting cut up for whatever we could get out of it. And honestly, I don't cut tubs very often. I really try not to. There's a lot of guys out there waiting on tubs that are priced just a little bit less than what we've been on our grade A's. A lot of our B's and C tubs sell very quickly because we price them so affordably. They're very inexpensive. This is probably original Colorado one with the Pollard on it there. And I honestly, we don't touch Jeeps out the east. If it's been any time, we'll pull a Carfax. See if it's been any time east of us, we won't buy them if they do because they don't hold up. Salt just destroys these things. So, okay, coastal areas can be misleading as that as well. Florida, that's what state they got to watch out for. Buying stuff out of them, we see a lot of rust come out of Florida. There's some clean stuff down there too. Texas is the same way. You get some clean stuff, but you also get some just loaded coastal beach Jeeps. So, all right, and it's hard to say where they've been, but you can usually tell. These floors would have been toast if they had seen any bit of salt or sand or anything like that. So, same thing. I pulled the plug just now to drain most of this. This thing had so much pocket change in it. It was unbelievable. I bet I pulled out $10 and change cleaning this thing. There's still probably, there's all over the place. Okay, nice clean roll bar. This one does break down. Some of them do, some of them don't. These guys will come off. They're a soft top. We sell these separately. If you need a set, I have no problem throwing one in. Just got to let me know. And some stuff we do that with, so not everything, but some. I'd be happy to move. The antenna you can have, that's the antenna, the stem, and the mast, and the cover. Usually we pull those as well, but I didn't get pulled on this one. Let me get her up in the air and show you the bottom. That's going to be the one that's probably the deciding factor for you, and the price too. I haven't done videos in a few months, so we got a lot of tubs, a lot of frames. Like I said, unfortunately not a lot of TJ frames, but we have some CJs, YJs that are going to be going up this week. And pull the trash out of that. There was some sort of paper towel or something that came out of that guy. Okay, so we're going to count off. I always do this so you see them, okay? And then you'll know the ratio of what you're looking to repair on it. So we'll go over the sides if there's some dings. I see a little ding right there. You can kind of see in the jam area. We always mount doors to our tubs before we fully dismantle them. And we do that for the main reason is if it's ever been in a bad wreck or twisted, usually you'll tell when you throw a door on it because there'll be either a gap or they won't even fit. There's ways to make it work, but this held door is just fine, okay? So we're talking about our torque pockets and our bolts that go from your frame to your tub, okay? On a frame, you're gonna have a total of 11, okay? The tub itself only has 10. One is up at the radiator support. So we're gonna count 10 off, and I usually always start at the back just because it gets a little bit easier and I don't lose my train of thought. So look how clean that pocket is. This is a boxed in area. The skirting's a little bent, but that'll get a little crescent wrench, bend that back, okay? This boxed in area will tell you a lot about how clean a Jeep is. Usually the lower rockers like to go bad in them. This is absolutely beautiful. And it's part of the reason, again, that I made the decision to go ahead and list this tub. So we got one, and these are captured nuts or torque pockets, whatever you want to call them. They do move, they're supposed to. Help you align it when you get your bushings up in there, okay? Absolutely beautiful. You got 1 and 2 there, okay? You got 3, nice clean threads there. 4, okay? So now, those are above your fuel tank. You usually can't see those ones very well. Gotta be careful because this is kind of wedged up in here and I don't want to tip that thing. All right, now, when you're looking at Jeeps, there's gonna be a liner up in here. We take them off, we sell them, okay? So it's hard to see, but if it's been pulled, or you can, if the seller will let you pull them, I would suggest doing it because at the seams, these are really clean. They're absolutely beautiful, actually. You'll start seeing buildup of rust. It's where the pinched layered steel, okay? You can see those spot welds. And that's usually where you start seeing it. Doesn't mean the tub or the Jeep is bad. It just means it's a tall tale sign to see if there might be further issues down the road, okay? So nice clean all the way up and around. The corners are clean. All right. And then the other area I like to look is right here because it's an eye opening where you start seeing rust form, okay? These are really clean. And this is part of the reason that we bought this Jeep because we didn't think we'd find what we ended up finding, which was the beginning of the pocket. This one's actually not too bad. And the bolt's still, there's nothing broken off in it, so you don't have to do that. Really, could you get away with not doing much of this? Sure. I would probably get in here as deep as you can and get out as much of this as you can. But if you wanted just to run it, didn't want to mess with it, you very well could do it there. This one's absolutely beautiful. That's what they should look like. Nothing cracked. Okay, so we got 4, 5, 6, and then your 7th one is there. Again, absolutely beautiful. Nice, clean. Okay, we go over to this side. 8, again, nice and clean. 9, absolutely beautiful. Actually, that one's starting to get a little crusty there, but no cracking. And a little bent there too. Okay, and then you got this guy here, and this one's also kind of back at an angle a little bit. So it's hard to say because I don't have the frame on this one anymore, or even if we had a frame on it. We sometimes buy stuff loose. But it would appear that these, see how they're coming out kind of at an angle here? It would appear that when they pulled this probably had a little bit of a spring to it when they pulled those bolts out. Now, does that mean much? No. You can actually put all thread back in these and bend these back straight if you need to. You don't always have to. This one is the worst one, and it's starting to go, you can see. And again, you don't have to necessarily get in here and replace this one, but I would definitely cut away as much of this as you can and either re-weld something there or Just pour 50, whatever you're gonna do to get the rust to not spread, because eventually that will end up going again. That's part of the reason I hate to even list stuff like that. So if this tub hadn't come back with everything else being really good on it, again, I wouldn't have listed it. But it still is, it's a low B, is how I'll grade it, and that's how it'll be priced. The price on it will be worth it, all right? Especially compared to what we get out of a nice clean. Had those been perfect on them, and it just had the normal dings and stuff that you see on this guy, there's a couple of them around, maybe not normal, but other ones, it'd be a low A. And you'd be spending anywhere from $1,000, $1,500 on it. So the tunnel is beautiful, nice clean down through here. This is for your torque shaft bracket, okay, up through your shifter area, and the alignment on it is good. The liner, the factory liner is in good shape. So really is a clean tub. I'm gonna get some photos up before I lose my light out here, and then get it brought up to the upper property so it doesn't get banged into. So exactly how you see this tub in the exact same shape is exactly how you'll receive it, and I guarantee that. And I've been doing it for a long time. You can take a look at our reviews, check out YouTube. YouTube is an absolute just great resource for us. We've done very well on YouTube, but it really gives, I think, the vote of confidence that you're getting what you're paying for. We're under promising and over delivering, and that's always how we've kind of treated this place. So 7 acres, okay? And there's probably about 300 Jeeps out here right now. We are the largest Jeep parts yard in the country. The stuff you see behind me is stuff, some of this was bought was here when I got it. We're slowly closing it out or clearing it out. There's some good stuff out there, but not Jeep, so we're getting rid of most of that, okay? If not all of it. And then we're reorganizing this entire yard right now. So this yard, we've been out here. We actually moved out of Denver. We were in Erie from 84 on up to 18. We got out of there and been here for all that time, and I'm finally doing a big yard cleanup. So anyway, I was gonna drop that, but I gotta take some photos. So, okay, 303-666-9020. I'll fire this off to the few people who called on tubs this week just to see if this might work for their budget better. And if it does, it'll sell, and we'll get it on a hot shot. Typically a hot shot, our hot shots run, usually they'll pick up, if let's say a Friday, and you usually have it the following Wednesday. They're freaking quick, okay? So by the time you place an order to have something in your hand, you usually have it within 2 weeks, sometimes a couple days, all right? And yes, we are shipping to Canada, and we ship other international. I know there's a lot of concern right now with Canadian stuff because of the tariff stuff. Right now, I haven't heard that not affecting used stuff, but I'm not going to say that fully because I'm not 100% understanding of what's going on right now, other than some freaking, I don't know. It's just, who knows? It could just be everybody freaking out just because the governments, all of our governments, all of them, all the countries, like to freaking scare the shit out of their populations. And that's what it is. But that's all I'm going to say about that. But we'll have to see what actually happens. So, all right. But yeah, I'll get it up there for you one way or another. If I have to take it across myself, I will. I will be, there is a couple tubs that are already going up there. So there actually is a potential for that, especially if we can't get any drivers to go across. So, okay. 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. Definitely when you call me, have your list available. I just noticed my mask look like it's got a little bent there. That tire's close to it. Anyway, have your lists ready or get them. You're going to need other parts. If your job has got rust in it, you're likely going to have tailgates, windshield frames, roll bars, doors on your frame, gas tank skid plates, cross members. All right. There's a lot of other things that usually go into these. And let me know that, because I will work you out a package deal and I'll make you a good deal on it. That stuff it's expensive to buy individually. It's hard to ship. We do it, okay? And I'd be happy to sell you individual parts. But if you're buying a tub from us, don't not take advantage of all the cargo room you have in this thing. So, and yeah, I think that's it. So, okay. All right. Thanks, guys.